Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special episode of the Hell Money Podcast. We are at our temporary recording space. My apartment was unexpectedly afflicted by a plague of actual locusts, not demure at all. Many locusts all over, eating my cereal, eating my rice, inside the rice cooker, inside the fridge. So we are at a top secret location somewhere in California. Cannot reveal exactly where. A very generous host has allowed us to be here filming. And so we come to you from new environs. I am, as always, your co-host, Casey Rodarmor. I'll just say I am, as always, your host, Casey Rodarmor, with your other host, Aaron Redwing. You know, I mean, we're both co-hosts, but that we don't want to cuck ourselves.
Yeah,
with
it's
the
a little
co-host
weird
title.
to call us both co-hosts.
Yeah. Because I'm very sensitive about that. I don't want to say I'm your host and this is the woman who's the co-host.
No, that would be fucked up.
No, and I'm not going to let you cuck me by saying that you're the host and I'm the co-host. I'm not that much of a new male, you know. No. N-U-M-A-L-E. No.
So locusts are like one of 4 plague things, right? Am I wrong about that?
Oh,
the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Is
yeah.
a plague of locusts? Or wait,
I think of it as war, pestilence, disease. War, pestilence.
what is pestilence? Pest?
Pestilence, yeah. Maybe it's war, pestilence, famine, and death.
War, famine, pestilence. What about disease?
Pestilence is, I think, included in disease.
Oh,
Pestilence is sort of a general, biblical term.
Well, you have the war shirt.
Not today.
You're not wearing it, but you do have a shirt that says.
Did I wear the war shirt?
You have a shirt that says war.
That's right. Yeah.
You have the plague of locusts.
I have the sugar skull, which represents death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then famine. You're actually not on your diet right now.
I sort of am though. I'm
are you?
Not really on my diet, but I am at a low body weight.
Okay.
Know? Yeah.
So
I'm still
apocalypse.
I'm still pretty jacked, as you watching on YouTube can tell, but not pretty low body fat.
Mm-hmm.
Shredded, I think they would say.
Right. Shredded.
Yeah, ripped, swole, short for swollen.
You are swollen, that's for sure.
I got a swollen head over here. So what are we talking about today?
We have a couple specific action items, but we're also just kind of shooting
action
the shit.
Items. Do they have synergy?
We've got some synergistic activations.
Yeah, synergistic activation.
on this podcast episode today.
Yeah.
This will be the last episode that we post before Vegas. Then I don't think we're going to post an episode. Our posting schedule has it such that the week of Vegas would be an episode, but we're going to be in Vegas and there will be plenty of content. There's going to be a live stream from Inscribing Vegas. There's going to be plenty going on. So we're not going to post an episode that week.
Yeah, maybe we could do a quick live stream from Vegas or something.
But we will be doing that on Tuesday, from my event.
That's true.
So
That's
it's
true.
you guys will get content.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, it's your event. It's not my event. I want to keep the
You'll
Hell Money.
Speaking.
I want the Hell Money brand to continue to.
We could do a Hell Money thing at the event.
Oh yeah, okay.
If you want.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so we could do that. So in any case, we're not going to record another episode. So this will be our last episode before Vegas. In Vegas, we're hoping to record some guest episodes with people. So we'll have some heavy hitting journalism coming after Vegas.
Yeah, because we are, as always, serious journalists, serious journalistic integrity. I actually do think that we have a lot of journalistic integrity.
Oh, we have a lot of journalistic integrity. That's for sure.
One thing we don't do is we really don't do gotcha episodes. Even when we record an episode with people that we might have views we disagree with, we're not there to make them look bad. We want our guests to shine. We want them to look good. Well,
some people would say that's not good journalistic integrity. That's what people get mad at Joe Rogan for. I don't agree with that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, Joe Rogan has the right idea. Listen, if there's somebody you disagree with, have them on, make them look good, and then bring somebody on who has the opposite viewpoint.
Yeah.
Easy, and make them look good.
Yeah, I agree. Just, anyway, so whatever. We're journalists. We're going to do content. But anyway, so all that to say, this is the last episode before Vegas. So we definitely want to talk about some of the things that are happening in Vegas so that people are mentally prepared for that.
Yeah, Vegas is big. I mean, Vegas is a crazy, disorienting place. Has there been a Bitcoin conference in Vegas?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. They did Miami most of the time. I think they bopped around, but mostly were in Miami for a while. And then now they're in Vegas. I don't know if they're going to stay in Vegas
It's an interesting move. I wonder why they didn't just go with Miami. It seems like I'm kind of over Miami at this point, but it seems like they kind of had this run going. Everybody would be like, okay, going to be in Vegas every year.
Vegas is really easy because there's so many hotels and there's a lot of convention centers. So it's really easy to have tens of thousands of people come to Las Vegas for stuff.
It's also in the summer, and I assume that the summer is kind of the low season.
They're having it right after Memorial Day weekend, which I think was strategic on Las Vegas's part. Because like people come to Vegas for Memorial Day weekend, and then they are trying to like have more business after that. Because usually it'd be a down period.
I see.
So if they bring in tens of thousands of people for the Bitcoin conference, that brings in business during a time where usually there's not as much tourism.
Yeah, totally. So
that would be my guess. But in any case, like we're doing a lot for Vegas. We have obviously our event Inscribing Vegas on Tuesday.
Yep.
Use code HELLMONEY for 10% off tickets.
All right. Do I get any of that?
Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I've sold like a couple tickets with this. It's like you're not
you can buy me lunch or something.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to use that code for 10% off your tickets, you should.
Oof,
and you
I'm
should
tired. Big woof, man. Long day. A lot of fiddling with cameras
day.
today. Yeah,
it's
long
like
day.
Noon. Not that you could tell in this studio.
Windowless room. Yeah. We do want a permanent home for How Many Podcast. We want the How Many Podcast studios. I literally spent like an hour like fiddling with different setups on the camera. Figuratively,
so
maybe
annoying.
It was less than an hour, but you know.
We need a permanent studio. It's gonna happen. That's a summer goal.
Yep,
a summer
goal.
project.
We got to manifest.
Actually, honestly, what I really want to do is I want to have a How Many Podcast studio, and then I want to get a PO box, and then I want to just tell people like, we need to decorate the How Many Podcast studio.
Yeah,
you want to
totally.
send us random shit?
Not bombs though.
Please don't send us bombs or asbestos.
Or asbestos.
Or anything
anthrax.
that would be compromising to us physically, legally.
Yeah, I actually don't. I'm talking myself out of this P.O. Box idea as
PO
we
box
speak.
is fine. Lots of people do PO boxes. What's going to happen? Why would anyone want to like kill you?
Lunatics.
Whatever. It's a PO box. They're going to kill the post office workers.
Like some filter boy who's finally had enough. Luke Deshire, he convinces himself that like he's on a mission from God to purge the earth of the spammers.
No, I think like packages are too like it's bad OPSEC for them. Like just throw acid on you when you're walking around somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean then I'll beat their ass.
You're going to be covered in acid. You're not going to do anything.
No, I mean, it's going to be a bad time for everybody. I'm going to be clutching them. I'm going to be getting the acid on them. I'm going to be rubbing.
I think you're going to be like screaming in agony.
No, I'll try to kill them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
it's not going to be pretty,
So maybe do send stuff to the P.O. box. Anyway, we don't have a P.O. box.
Not yet.
But I was going to think it'd be fun to decorate with stuff if people wanted to
I think
send us
sick.
shit. I don't know. Why not? So that's the goal eventually is to have a How Many Podcast studio. But I have to get through Vegas first because I have too much shit going on.
Yeah, Erin's been running around with like a chicken with her head cut off. Yep.
Yeah, with a chicken with the head cut off. I'm just carrying the chicken.
No, you've been running on like a chicken.
Yes, exactly.
Its head cut off.
Yeah.
Her head cut off, a female chicken.
Yeah, a hen.
A hen.
Yeah. We have the event, which as I said, 10% off, How Money. Use that code for tickets. But that's Tuesday. And then if you get a VIP ticket, then you can go to the VIP dinner the next day.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
what's at the VIP dinner?
It's a dinner of VIPs.
Okay,
it's gonna
nice.
be cool.
Yeah.
It's at the Venetian, so it's really easy. You can go straight from the
I hope
conference
there's
to
a
the
really
dinner.
high level of VIP-ness there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Only the most important.
Only the most VIP-ness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only very important
penises.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed. Yeah, well, I mean, the gender ratio is probably not going to be great.
You don't know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, how's the gender ratio?
No, it's, it's normal.
The gender ratio is great, guys.
It's going to be incredible,
so many
guys.
hoes. More hoes than you can shake your stick at.
It probably will be better than usual because I do think that I do a better job of like programming women. Not like for any like woke reason. It's just like I know more women than you know what I mean? So I do think our gender ratio is usually better than like other Bitcoin events.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Shots fucking fired.
Yeah. We're just circling the drain here. What's the first real thing that we have to talk about today?
Okay, well, I think so this episode's posted on Wednesday. I think by this point people will already know this announcement, but we can talk about it here. But we're auctioning off the first piece of fun.
Yeah, that's right. We are. Yeah. I had forgotten what the auction was for until you just mentioned it 5 seconds ago.
That's what it's for.
That's right. Yeah, first piece of fun. It's a Casey, right?
It's the first Casey.
It's the first Casey. Man, I am honestly, I'm a little sad to part with that guy.
Yeah.
I'm a fan,
But it's inscribed on Bitcoin forever. It's on your node.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, it's on my node. Nobody can take that away from me.
You're just giving up the pointer.
The pointer.
You know?
That's true. Yeah.
So, it's pretty fun and exciting. It's fun.
Fun.
Exclamation point.
I always have to, when referencing the collection, type it in all caps with an exclamation point. So when like people ask me like, oh, what's the auction for? It's for fun.
It's for fun.
I have to disambiguate. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Thanks, Parker, for that really identifiable name.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
Well, then you got Fun.film, which is great.
Yeah, Fun.film is sick.
So you can look at the whole. It's 1,000 for people who don't know. I mean, we've talked about this before. We had Parker on the podcast in July when we were in Nashville, and she was a great guest. I mean, Parker is. She's a very like thoughtful person. You know, she has a lot of interesting insights, and I think her stories behind fun in terms of like her artistic inclinations are very interesting. But we already talked about it, but we haven't really talked about it since. There's 1,000 pieces total, right? 100 models, 10 photos of each model. It's very PFP-y.
Yeah. That was intentional on me and Parker's part. I mean, mostly Parker, but yeah, we had that idea that like her work is very PFP like, these like portraits, you know, and to do it really like a take on a PFP collection.
Yeah, so it's like if you go to fun.film, you can browse the whole thing, but basically like if you sort by model, then it's 10 pictures of each model, but they have like different props, different backdrops, different whatever. So you have this kind of like attribute PFP style sort of thing to it. And there's as a result, there's 10 Caseys.
Yeah, that's right. There are 10 Caseys.
Those are pretty.
What's the pose of the first Casey?
It's with the what's it called? Like the big stick with like spikes on it.
The spiked bat.
And then you're like, grr, it's crazy Casey.
That's crazy Casey.
It's crazy Casey.
Yeah. I mean, that is in some ways the truest Casey, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
Also, like, I guess, I don't know if I should spoil this, but there's going to be quite a bit of your face around the main conference as well.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
They will see that image and maybe get sick of it. But
Yeah. Hopefully they get sick of me, you know, and I don't have to deal with so many degens, you know?
I hope not, because that's like, you know, what are we doing here? If they get
that's
sick
right.
of you.
That's true.
I'm going to have to start doing how many podcasts by myself because everyone's sick of Casey.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
solo.
Maybe
you could do it. I couldn't do it on my own. You could do it on your own, but I could not.
I think that makes me host and you co-host.
No, I don't think so. I think I provide valuable, you know, complementary skills kind of thing, you know?
I don't know what else to say on the collection. I mean, it's inscribed under Inscription 0. Is it the second child?
Yeah, it's the grandchild. The fun inscription
like
is the child of Inscription 0, and so the grandchild is the fun. The fun parent has been burned.
So you know there's
nuked it. You can't extend that collection anymore.
That's cool. That's the Daddy Please sat?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Daddy Please sat.
R.I.P.
Well, not really R.I.P. It's sitting in an op return. It just can't move.
I know.
It's ascended. It's become enlightened.
Well, that's, you know, I hope it rests in peace. You know?
Sure, yeah, but that's a little like, I hope it, you know, thrives in enlightenment. That's what I hope.
Right. Yeah. It's moved on to somewhere better.
That's right. The blessed land of op return.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about that. Maybe not right now, but yeah. So the parent's burned. So there's 1,000 pieces under that parent, which is under Inscription 0. You didn't. I mean, you're a model, but it's like Parker's art. But you inscribed it.
That's right.
I think of it as like a collaboration between like creative artist and creative tech person.
Oh yeah, very much so, and it has become more so that over time. You know, it started out and it was totally like, really just me like bothering Parker that she should do this. You know what I mean? But and I've always, you know, even me saying I've given Parker free reign sounds wrong because it's like there's never been any, you know, doubt about that this was fully in her creative control. You know, like this is all Parker's wheelhouse, all Parker's vision. I've certainly had like random suggestions here and there for like, you know, technical stuff. And then over time, yeah, like it has become more of a collaboration in the sense that like I made ordinals for all this stuff. I made inscriptions. I then actually inscribed the collection and like got the Daddy Please sat and inscribed the fun parent and, you know, did the inscribing. The inscribing was terrifying. It was like,
well, even the inscribing was a lot of Bitcoin too. Like it was a lot of data.
It was a lot of Bitcoin. And what are we at right now? How much?
Probably like 2 sats per V-byte right now.
No, not that. Like we're at 100 and 103.
Oh yeah, like current price, it's like 101, 102.
103.2.
Okay, slay.
Okay, so yeah, I should have held on to that. But
really
you know, the worth it, the inscribing fees.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I mean, I think it's the best collection on Ordinals, like in terms of.
Thank you.
It's a lot of effort put in. I feel like it's obviously like done very well, like to spec in terms of like the attributes and like metadata.
Yeah.
And it's just cool. And I think it's a good blend of like art and kind of PFP vibes as well.
Yeah, totally.
And I mean, as of right now, there's like no plan for distributing the rest, right? Like this is the first that's being made available at all. Like there's not even anyone who has one, right?
No.
Like
No.
they're all locked away.
Yeah, if you get it, you will be the first person to have.
And you get a rare, like it's a Casey.
It's
There's
a
only
Casey.
10.
There's only 10 Caseys, indeed.
It's
yeah.
like 1% rarity
Yep.
level. You know?
That's true. Yeah, there's 100 models, so it's 1% rarity.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I don't even know if I'm the best model. Like,
no, but you're an obvious shelling point. And
Yeah.
it's the second piece in the collection because Parker's first, then you're second. So there's also a level of like provenance there.
yeah, that's true. I mean, there's a lot of great models in there.
Oh, of
Just
course.
great models in there.
I mean, it's an
Like
incredible
the camel
collection.
guy,
Yeah.
Austin. Camel guy is, I don't know, he's kind of hot. Like, he kind of gets my blood boiling, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Aaron's as well.
I agree. I think
Yeah.
he's really hot. I don't even want to see him as a real person.
No.
The camel's just fine.
Yeah, like it was just a 3-humped dromedary.
All right. What else do we need to say about the auction? Oh, I mean, it's zero reserve.
That was pretty good though. A 3-hump dromedary. Like there's 1-hump
yeah.
dromedaries and 2-hump dromedaries, and this one he's got a third hump.
It's funny. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's already open by the time this episode will, like you can already bid on this by the time this episode's posted. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're announcing the auction on Monday. Bids will open when we announce the auction because why not? It's just a PSBT that you sign. So
Okay, cool.
it's like, you know, you can go to Megalith.art, which is where we're hosting the auction. So Inscribing Atlantis made the platform.
Yep.
And then Casey's auctioning.
Megalith.art.
Yep.
That's really cool. When did you guys get that domain?
Like a month ago.
Nice. It's a great domain. Yeah.
I know, right?
Why not do it as like some subset of Inscribing?
We thought about it. We thought about doing inscribing.com/auction. I kind of liked the idea of having like, I don't know, Inscribing Atlantis is like a lot to put in, like Inscribing Atlantis auction, Inscribing auction. Like it's just a little bit, I don't know. It's like we have our Inscribing conferences.
Yeah.
Right. And that's like Inscribing Vegas, Inscribing Nashville, Inscribing whatever. And like Atlantis is more like the sub in for like a city name. Right.
Yep.
But like for something like this where it's an auction, we are doing it around an event and we're also collaborating with like Bitcoin 2025.
Yep.
So it's like the auction itself is hosted by us and Bitcoin Conference.
It's nice. It's kind of a separate brand, like a separate app.
That's what I think
If you
too.
wanted to sell the auction platform eventually, like, hey, like,
it's
unload it on somebody else.
It's
like,
more
they could just take
self-contained.
it.
I also think Megalith is like, you know, I talk about that all the time. It's kind of, I don't know, it just feels, it makes it feel like it's, the vibe we're going for with it is more of like an auction house. Like we're trying to compete. I mean, sort of like the big picture thing is like, you know, if anyone has had experience buying or selling on Christie's and Sotheby's, it's a terrible experience.
Those people are just totally hopeless. The main thing about Christie's and Sotheby's is they don't understand that their time is over and they need to adapt.
Yeah.
They don't understand that there was a time that having this like very exclusive auction platform was this incredible, you know, edge, and they could demand a lot of money and they could take crazy high fees because that was like the premier way that people could get in front of, artists could get in front of an audience. But that time is over. And so like their crazy like contracts, their crazy like high cuts of, you know,
And it's very opaque.
sales.
It's very opaque what they
Super
do. Like
opaque.
they're not like transparent about that. So
Yep.
that's why I say if you've ever bought or sold, like you probably know because
Yeah.
it's like not a great experience.
Yeah.
It also, I mean, I think like it was something that I didn't really realize was so broken until, you know, like part of what we've done over the last year is like help artists inscribe. And so we've kind of been on like one side of the, you know, we help them inscribe and then maybe they sell something at Sotheby's or Christie's or whatever. Right.
Yep.
So we've kind of like been a part of it, like, and seen it from both sides. And like it's shockingly bad. And,
Yep.
it really is like, you know, I feel like people make fun of like crypto for being like money laundering and whatever, like all the time. And it's like, you don't know what's going on in trad art. Don't sue me. Whatever. But like, it's not it's a mess in there. And I just think like in general, you know, we basically as Bitcoiners are like asking for their approval and permission, right? Like I totally understand why an artist would say, oh, I want to have Sotheby's or Christie's on my resume, right? Like as an artist, it is like one of those things where it makes you feel it's like playing Coachella or something, right? You know, like I get that there's like a level of legitimacy as an artist that it gives you. So I understand, like do it once or whatever. But it's like, why are we then relying on those platforms to do all of our like big sales in our ecosystem in general? Like it's bad for everyone. And honestly, like in my experience, they don't bring any collectors to the table.
Nope.
Like they just don't at all. It really is like we're bringing the collectors, we're bringing the art, and they're just taking their cut for like putting their name on it and giving us like legitimacy. It's like, fuck it. I don't want their legitimacy in the first place. So anyway.
Yeah, I have a new intro to somebody at a major auction house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm kind of going to just give them a piece of my mind. Not in a rude way, but I'm going to be like, look, like, from where I stand, there's absolutely no reason for me to ever work with somebody in your position ever again.
Yeah.
And you should understand the reasons why. I'm not going to help this person fix it. I'm not going to hold their hand. But like, they should know that. And they should know that I think they don't understand that they're in a market where they're not competitive at all. That they're used to being in a market where they are competitive, where they have a competitive offering, and they just haven't adjusted to the reality that digital art is simply different.
Yeah, and they're just grifting basically. Like they just want a piece of the money that's floating around, which like I understand why they want that, but it's like they also force you to KYC the entire way through. And then like Christie's literally got hacked like a year ago and they leaked everyone's information, including like their geolocation from where they placed bids. Like it's so stupid that like as Bitcoiners we're like submitting to that in exchange for like, oh my God, my piece sold at Sotheby's or Christie's. Like, as I said, I get it from the artist perspective. I don't get it, I think, from the collector's side. It's very stupid to do. So anyway, like kind of with that was part of why we did kind of like the Megalith branding, because I just feel like that's a little bit, it has like a similar like auction house vibe to it. You know, it has this like classical architecture feel.
Yeah.
But then like it's Bitcoin native. It's a trustless auction. So you can, if you have the Bitcoin, you can place the PSBT offer. We can accept the offer at the end of the auction, and it's an instantaneous atomic swap. You get the inscription, we get the money, and that's it. Like there's no KYC, there's no like middleman that's like futzing around getting all your information and then getting it leaked and like just grifting. It's very transparent. Yeah, so it just kind of made sense for us to do, and then Bitcoin Conference wanted to work with us on it, and it also made sense because they have, you know, to kind of recreate that feel, like they have like a huge event that has like tens of thousands of attendees, including like many whales, right? So we're kind of trying to like bring all of that in, but it's very much like blended in person and digital. Like you can just bid from the website as you would for any like inscription that you would buy. Or you can like attend in person, and we have like an in-person bidding option as well. But yeah, it's, and like for fun, it's like no reserve. So just like go at it, bro.
Go at it. Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
Me too.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I think it's cool. I mean, I think this has kind of been a long time coming for you, in the sense of like, it's like this stuff is not rocket science, and we've always kind of avoided doing it, like, or doing it, you know. What I'm trying to say is like, this isn't really complicated, and maybe you could have done this a long time ago in an easy form. And I do think that you're still approaching it in easy form. You know, it's all PSBT based. It doesn't need to be some weird platform. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's really simple. Like I think on a technical level, it's super simple. I think the thing with auctions, like part of why it hasn't really been built out on Ordinals yet is because, like an ideal auction brings together like the buyer and seller in a very like particular way that doesn't always happen on like a marketplace. So it's like stuff that's not always on the market. Right. So like I wouldn't auction off like a Bitcoin puppet, right? Because you can just go to Magic Eden right now and buy a Bitcoin puppet. You can shop around for a Bitcoin puppet. Maybe there's an especially rare one, or one that someone ordinarily wouldn't sell and like whatever. But generally speaking, I think the ideal auction is like stuff that doesn't come on the market often. And so you're kind of having this like one moment where you get like a couple of those things coming together, such that you have collectors that are coming and interested potentially in like several things and see what they can get. So like there's like a temporal aspect of it, which I think works well with having events, because it's like there's just that collection of like, you know, promotion and attention. And obviously like with Bitcoin Conference, I mean, they've honestly been great to like work with on all of this. Like I think for them, it's like they're very supportive of like the Ordinals Bitcoin Season 2 side of things. Like they always have been, you know, they've never been like filter boys. Like, and I don't think they're like not taking a side, but it's like they've always enjoyed that like we're having fun and like doing our thing. And I think it's a good way for them to kind of support the Ordinals ecosystem as well, because they do have all of these attendees, right? Like they have like a whole audience that they can put this in front of. So I think it's like really good on all sides, and it works to have it be like not like an auction platform that's like always auctioning things off, but rather like this is a specific event that this auction is happening for.
Yep.
You know? So yeah, your piece is like the featured one. But there's 5 other pieces. There's Coldy, Ryan Koopman's, Postwook, Hardo, and Farr are all auctioning pieces off. And the reason why we went for those people is because I really wanted like Bitcoin OGs. Like I feel like if you follow the line of thinking of like, I want to build something that's like by Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners and like stop giving a cut to like the auction houses.
Right.
Like I'm not trying to bring in big names from other chains or like reach out to trad artists. I'm like, no, these are, in my opinion, like the artists that are participating in this auction are kind of the artists that have like really like built their name on like Bitcoin in a lot of ways. And they kind of are like associated with our culture. And like, I don't know, I just kind of had the realization at some point that like the people that define a genre, and if you think of inscriptions as being their own artistic medium or genre, like the people that define the genre are not people that defined their name on another thing and then came to this. It's like people that learn the platform and the medium as they go.
Very like Bitcoin native, very Ordinals native.
Yeah. And I think like the people that we have are like, I mean, just looking at the pieces, it's like Ryan Koopman's piece, for example, I mean, his whole collection, like
Is he the photographer?
So it's like photographs of like old decaying buildings, and then he adds like nature growing into them with like digital art, and then it fades from day to night depending on the sunset and sunrise time of the location that the photo was taken. So there's this like dynamic like blockchain interaction. Postwook, her pieces are all like, she takes it's actually like, it's very Aaron core, like the Postwook collection. Because it's basically like she got sats from specific interesting astronomical phenomena, and then she like collages together like the astronomical phenomena in the art to like represent like the skies at that day. Cool. So there's just a lot of, I mean, and every piece is kind of like that. There's just like an aspect of like they're using inscriptions in a cool way, you know? So I think it's like a cool group. It's good lots. Obviously it's exciting to have like the first fun piece. Like it's time. Yeah, it's time. You know, that's, I mean, to that point, it's like, that's something you could have done, and it's just like the right timing for it.
Totally. Yeah.
Bitcoin's above 100K, man. Like it's the time.
Get in. You know? The bags, they're gonna pump.
The bags are pumping.
All the bags except Barbara's are gonna pump.
Unfortunately. I'm so sorry, Barbara. But yeah, so Megalith.art. I mean, it's already up, so you can already start bidding, but we'll have plenty of activations in Vegas.
Many synergistic activations in Vegas.
Activations
yeah. We'll
in
loop
Vegas.
you in when we have more.
Yeah, you'll be seeing so much of Casey's face, you'll get sick of it.
Yeah,
that's
very
for
true.
Sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah,
so, yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else we need to talk about on that front?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. If you have questions, just DM me or post a comment. I'll try to help. But I think it's pretty straightforward. You just connect your wallet, place a bid.
Yep.
Should we talk about Satscards?
We should talk about Satscards.
Okay.
Let's do the big unveil. Let's do the big reveal.
This is like so
oh my God, we have a box. My God, you bought all of them. That's a lot of Satscards.
Should I make it rain Satscards?
No, don't do that.
Okay, wait. I can't. Hold on. You need to talk while I
do
model them.
Okay, yeah. So we have Aaron, lovely Aaron Redwing is modeling for us the new Ordinals Satscards with a very nice black and white design. You can see the Ordinals motif on the back. On the other side of the card, it says Ordinals, and also gives you a little indication the NFC wave. Okay, that one is tainted, so okay, we'll use this one. We'll use that one. Yeah. It's actually not that bad. Doesn't matter unless they get physical possession of it. But anyways, so yeah, put those back away. Let's get those back out of view of the camera. Prying eyes. Yeah, and then on the back of the card, you see that it has the little NFC tap logo, and it says Ordinals in nice black lettering. That is sort of the lettering that you see on old-fashioned computer keyboards and other printouts. I think it's very easy to like laser cut, or like it's just sort of like a single line. Each Sats card is essentially a special purpose, semi-reusable Bitcoin wallet. Not really a wallet because it can't make signatures, but it does hold 10 slots, each of which may be populated with a different private key that never leaves the card. And so each 10 slot has a unique address associated with it that can hold Bitcoin, rare sats, Ordinals, inscriptions, runes, the whole kit and caboodle of the Bitcoin ecosystem right on that card, right in your pocket. And because the private key does not leave the card, if you want to give that Sats card to somebody else, that is just as good, we hope, as taking custody of those assets. So as long as the slot has not been unsealed, which is Sats card parlance for the when you make the slot so that the private key can be extracted, as long as the slot is still sealed, you can just pass this back and forth from hand to hand, and nobody needs to know where it's been or where it's going. Uncle Sam need be none the wiser. Okay, it's very private, very demure, just a beautiful device. And unlike regular Sats cards, these, when you tap them, they go to Ordinals.com and they show you the inscriptions on the Sats card, or runes, or rare Sats, or anything that you might be interested in.
Yeah, we can demo. We'll probably demo like how this actually works. But I feel like really the best use case is like so many times when people talk to me in person, they like start pulling up like their inscription somewhere, and they're like, oh, like, can I send it to you, or can I whatever? Like literally, you could just hand someone this, they tap it on their phone, and they can see the inscription, and now they have it. So should we demo it?
Boop.
Here, I guess I can screen record if we want to demo. Yeah, it's kind of hard to hold the mics and also.
Yeah. This reminds me of the home shopping channel that I used to watch.
Okay. Here, I'm screen recording if we want to do mine.
Oh, sure. I mean, are you sure? I guess we can cut out anything.
Yeah, it's fine. Hold on.
Any of Aaron's fandom apps.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She likes the vampires, you know?
Oh my God.
And they're not sucking blood.
They're not sucking blood. Okay, wait. You hold my mic because I need both hands.
What the fuck are we fucking doing here?
It's a mess.
All right. Okay. I'm going.
Okay, so
I'm going Aaron and Casey right now, or what? Oh.
just hold it for
okay.
me so I can speak
Yeah.
into it.
Okay. Back to Aaron.
Okay. So basically, okay, I'm screen recording. So Jason will put this in. You can see Bitcoin price 103.
I mean,
You
you've
can
got
see
so
my
much
screen
shit
time.
on there. Like,
Who cares? It's my screen time and my battery. Like whatever.
yeah. I mean, you can see how much time you spend gooning on TikTok.
10 minutes. Okay, so if you tap it, it says open ordinals.com. Oh, fuck. All right, let me do it again.
There's
Sorry.
a little timeout. That's
Sorry.
annoying. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This is a fucking mess
Oh,
of
my
a
God.
tutorial.
Oh, my God. Oh,
Okay.
okay. There we go. Oh, got to
So
reach.
I open ordinals.com.
Yep.
Right? And this is different from normal Satscards. Normal Satscards open satscards.com.
Satscard. Yeah. Satscard.com.
So this has nothing on it.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's nothing. I mean, this page will also look different.
Mhm.
You're like leaning away from me as I'm trying to speak on the mic.
Yep.
This page will look different. Like once it's set up, or what?
You've got to initialize it with Nunchuck.
Right. So this is uninitialized. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
knows, like Ordinals.com
Can you
knows this is a
initialize it with
Sats
Nunchuck?
card. Yes, I can. So hopefully we will get support from Ordinals wallets to do this. But
Yep.
right now, you have to download Nunchuck. So I think I deleted it. Let me set it up again. Nunchuck is like a Bitcoin wallet. I don't know like what else it's known for.
It actually is just a good Bitcoin wallet. It's a solid. I don't know how actively developed it is, but it is just a solid Bitcoin wallet.
Yeah, it
tends
I think it's the only wallet that supports Satscards now.
Yeah, I believe so. They tend to support a bunch of like cutting edge stuff, like weird multi-sig setups and stuff like that.
Okay, so basically, so if I open Nunchuck, sorry, I'm gonna have you hold this again.
Yeah.
So I'll open Nunchuck, and then I'm just gonna continue as a guest. I don't want to sign in. So they have a little NFC thing at the top. So I'll tap the NFC. Okay, I know how NFC works. I'm gonna scan the Sats card. Okay, it's scanned it.
Yep.
Do I want to set up a new slot? Yes, I do. I guess
Automatic. You don't
Yeah.
need to prepare your own randomness.
Okay,
You can if you want.
so
Just do like 0000. Oh no, that's the pin on the card.
Oh,
so that's
okay,
fine
yes.
if people learn the pin.
So whatever. This is an unsecure. This is for demos. So this is where you put in the code that's on the back of the card.
Yep, the spend pin.
And I guess we already showed this anyway. So
Yeah.
Okay, so you put in the code that's on the back of the card. You scan it again. Cool. So now there's an address.
Yep.
Okay, so now if I scan this,
Yep.
like let's scan.
Oh,
this
and also
again.
one like pro tip is that the scan icon is actually where it is on the card, because that's where you want to tap it on the top of your phone.
Oh,
That's
cute.
where the chip
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
So now that it's set up, now this page looks different, right?
Yep. Now we have an address.
So this is the first
BC1
address slot.
Q9 7V 0J FEJ WM YJ09R JV3 4
RFK Junior
W9 RYT LK. See how the ... like elides the middle of the address?
Mm-hmm.
That was so hard. That was
funny.
so hard.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
okay, so anyway, so this, now that we've basically initialized it, it does have a slot. So
That's
it
right.
has an address, so I could send to this address right now.
You could send
right?
to it right this instant.
And I will.
Ahorita mismo.
And I will. Okay, hold on. Let me.
Ahorita?
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to copy the
Ahorita
address.
mismo.
And then I'm going to go to Xverse and I'm going to send myself an inscription. Sorry, can you hold my mic again?
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm in Xverse. I am going to send myself an inscription.
I'm moving it closer.
Okay. This is why you're co-host. I'm going to send myself a sent.
I'm not even the co-host. I'm like the grip, you know?
Yeah, you're like the mic stand.
Exactly.
And you're not doing a good job.
No.
Okay, so which scent should I send?
What do we got? I mean, something old, obviously. It's so hard to see the years, actually.
Yeah, it's hard to see the years. I mean,
I'm going to go to nice, what is that, a 70-something?
1979? Yeah, let's do this.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
so I'm just in my Xverse right now, so I'm going to send this to that address that I just copied,
Mm-hmm.
right? That looks correct. Yep. Continue. And I'll confirm. It's going to take a sec to send. So we'll see. I'm just going to open the transaction. So we'll wait a sec. But basically, that's all you have to do. Oh, and now we've lost it.
We should actually mark this guy so that we know that it's
Yeah,
different.
I'll probably honestly just like put it somewhere entirely else.
You
also.
mark it too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's yeah.
I guess I should also like take the scent off it because after we post this, someone can take it or no?
No, not
How
at all.
does it work?
That's not how it works at all. The pin.
Oh, they would need the card.
They would need the card. And,
Yeah.
and RFID cards are you need to be in close physical proximity to interact with the card.
So basically, because you guys got the pin
Yeah.
from it, if you were close enough to my card,
Yep.
you could tap it and
Yeah.
then you could unseal the slot.
That's right.
And then you could
Yeah.
steal my scent.
Yeah, get close to Erin, unseal her slot, and then. Okay.
All right, that's
I'm
enough.
done for
Yeah.
today. I'm done for today.
But I
good
guess
times.
actually that's a good point to like kind of clarify the sealed versus unsealed. Like I just initialized this. I didn't unseal the slot.
That's right. Yeah,
right?
nobody can get the private key off of that card without unsealing the slot.
Yeah. So basically like this level of what we just did is what you would need to do to like just give someone an inscription on it, right? Like you initialize it,
Yep.
which gives it an address that you can then send an inscription to. I sent the inscription. I mean, it's going to take like 10 minutes or whatever for it to go through, but then I can literally just hand it to you, right? And then if you go tap it on your phone, you'll know that it's still a sealed slot, right? Like
Yep.
Ordinals.com will tell you that when you tap it, and then you can unseal it, and then that's how you actually extract it.
Yep, that's right.
That part of the equation...
They are mighty fine looking cards.
Oh yeah,
we really
they're great.
outdid ourselves on this one.
Yeah, I'm really happy with them. Yeah, I think honestly it's like it's perfect for ordinals. Like for example, even like I don't know, imagine you host like a dinner for holders or investors or something and you want to just give people like just an inscription.
And you don't have to fumble with you can put it on their plate, on their like table setting before then they just arrive there and they get this.
I mean, the nice thing is like to accept the inscription, you don't have to do anything. I think that's really the cool thing. There was this situation, whatever auction thing that happened. I can't remember how long ago on Ethereum called the Lost Robbies. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he gave out these like printed slips or something with NFTs.
Yeah, it was like I think he made 300 of them, and it was very early AI model
output.
art.
Right.
Yeah, it was like AI nudes, and they look like insane. Like
yeah, they
don't
look like some Geiger alien movie.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like they don't look anything like a nude portrait, but it's it's kind of cool, right? It was like early AI art, and I think he gave them to everyone who attended his auction, something like that. So he just gave out like pieces of paper that had private keys on them. Most of those were thrown out or lost, and so I think it's something like 40 or so are like still in circulation, and so there's like 200 some lost Robbies, and I feel like the Sats cards are a good example of like that's a cool idea, right? Like it's cool to like give people some sort of something in person, you know, like you,
absolutely,
you bid on an auction, or you came to my event, or I'm just having a good conversation with you.
Totally,
like,
yeah.
whatever.
And it doesn't even need to be a big deal. That's what I love about it. It's like it's a small thing, you know, like it doesn't cost that much money. You don't need to put a super valuable inscription on it for it to be something that's cool. Yeah. How much do they cost, Aaron?
I don't actually know what we're gonna do it for.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we should maybe not commit to anything right now.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It was a saga getting these made.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a delay getting them, but there are some people who will get them in Vegas who like reached out to just like buy pre-sale in bulk ahead of time. I think that we will let people buy them in Vegas. I don't think we will have them for people to like take. So I think people might be able to buy them and then we can ship them to you once we have the whole stock
or something.
Yeah, exactly. There will be actually like a good way to definitely get one. Raph is going to do an Inscribing onto Satscards workshop at Inscribing Vegas.
Yep.
So people that attend that workshop can get like a Sats card because they'll like participate in that.
Yeah.
So you can get like one for sure. And I mean, really the benefit of that is like you get to play around with it. You get to like feel like how it is and like because sometimes it can be a little scary just like nuke sending an inscription somewhere. Absolutely. I mean, this is really simple, honestly. I think like with the demonstration that we just did, it shows like it's not that complicated, but it can feel like a little scary. So
but it's sick. I mean, now I have a fucking cent on this card.
I'm gonna take that back.
That's badass. I mean, the hell you are. Listen. The hell you are.
So
1979, great
1979
vintage.
cent, Sense card.
Sense card, indeed. I mean, it's just fun. It's playful. You know what I mean? You can like do like geocaching or something where you leave them somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
you can do scavenger hunts. You could have like, I don't know, like I think it's really ideal for like gift bags or like.
Yep.
I feel like instead of business cards, like if you are going to a conference or something and you load up like 10 Sats cards with inscriptions that you feel are representative of your work that are like whatever, not that important, you can just give them to people when you have good conversations.
Yeah, totally.
You know, I feel like it's just kind of a nice thing to. It's just so much better than being like, oh, can you download this app?
Yeah,
can I scan your QR code?
Yeah,
like,
can you just gape your fucking privacy open for me? Like, come on.
And also, like, then you're like being like, oh, what are the fees right now? Okay, I sent it, it'll arrive in 10. Like, you have it. You know what I mean? Like, I give it to you and you have it and you can
I don't
tap
quite
it
have
right
it
now.
because we don't know if the confirmation.
Right. I just mean in general. Like, if you preload them before something, like, you know that you have them.
Yeah, you could RBF it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it's in the next block.
Yeah, the filter boys, they're going to have a hard time stopping the inscription transfers because they kind of just look like every other transfer. There's no message.
Oh my God, so crazy. It's almost like we always knew this.
Yeah, it's almost like they just didn't ever have a chance from the beginning. Like crazy.
Yeah, should we comment on op return stuff? We talked about it on on the space. There's the subscribers only Twitter space, which you can get on X in the off weeks, by the way.
I mean, the op return stuff is, it looks like Bitcoin Core is finally doing two things. They are moderating the GitHub repo, which has been a long time coming. For a long time, the GitHub repo has been a very unpleasant place to be because of jackasses just commenting on it. Just jackass morons who don't know how to behave. Some of them are technically sophisticated. Some of them are technically unsophisticated. Just making it an unpleasant place to work. Part of the reason why I was not excited about being a Bitcoin Core developer is sort of having to participate in all these like unmoderated spaces. And then two, the core developers have accepted reality. Actually, I shouldn't say it that way because I think a lot of the core developers knew it for a long time. They've just decided to act on the reality that the soft filter on op return sizes is just not pulling its weight anymore. Everybody's using private transaction submission. Everybody's using these like tricks to get around it, and it's just not doing what it's supposed to do. It's increasing centralization instead of decreasing centralization because everybody's submitting their transactions to like Mara, to Slipstream, to all these private mempool sort of services. Big op returns are a big source of that demand. And so it's just like reality that it's outlived its usefulness and it needs to go.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's interesting. This whole situation is kind of masquerading as a technical debate, but it's really like a sociological, political debate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gloria Zhao had a good tweet about the
Gloria
moderating
Zhao,
part.
absolute baller.
Yeah, we love Gloria.
We'll have you on the pod anytime you want to come.
Anytime.
Talk about whatever. Talk about your weird hobbies.
You can talk about whatevs. But she had a tweet where she's a core developer, and she was talking about the moderation part.
Yeah.
And, I think when you say, oh, Bitcoin Core is like moderating, you imagine this world where someone is like screaming the N-word at all the core developers, and it's like, oh man, we have to ban them. It's so unpleasant to get death threats or to have slurs.
Yeah.
It's not actually really that.
Yeah.
The point that she kind of made in her tweet is that with LLMs getting better and better, kind of the best way to attack core developers is to just derail them with meaningless bullshit.
Yep.
So imagine that someone asks a question that seems like, maybe a well-meaning technical question or a confusion, and you go ahead and you answer, and it takes you 30 minutes to like write an answer that like really addresses everything.
Yep.
And then they just kind of keep going and going and going. And it's actually just a fucking AI that's designed to waste your time.
And
that is the best way to attack Bitcoin.
Or it's one of the filter boys and they sound like an AI.
Right, exactly. And it's like, at this point doesn't fucking matter. But the point is like, the way to attack Bitcoin, like, I don't know, everyone has this idea of like attacking Bitcoin is going to be like nuking a mining facility or something, right? Like, but it's actually like just derail developers enough that they can't get anything done.
Yeah, totally. Or like the more sophisticated version of that is get them to do something that's bad long term in very subtle ways with like overwhelming like argument, Yeah,
exactly. So I think Gloria's point was like, this is, regardless of this specific situation, the op return debate, this is going to be a problem in the future with LLMs. And it already is. It's just like you can derail people forever if you have no rules about what types of conversations are and aren't allowed. And it doesn't have to be someone is literally posting a death threat or something like that, right? It literally is just like, this has to be a productive space, and that requires some level of intentional moderating.
Absolutely.
And so, I don't know, it's like interesting because the second you do that, then of course people are like, Bitcoin Core is captured and compromised, and they're censoring our opinions and whatever. And it's like, just no, like this is just what happens if you exist in society. And that's why I say it's like a technical debate masquerading. We happen to live in a society. The society is GitHub in this case.
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it just really is like, it's a question of like conversation, decorum, and consensus ultimately, which is not a technical thing. It's a social thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, if there's a small vocal minority that doesn't agree with reality, like you don't bend reality around that small vocal minority. That's how you fuck up the entire movement.
Yep, that's right.
So I think I'm glad to see Core doing this. I agree with you. They're just kind of like acknowledging reality. Something that I've often seen from maybe like core devs or people that are kind of in that realm is they often say something along the lines of like, oh, here's an issue. Like they'll explain an issue in their opinion. And then they'll end it by saying something like, if we don't do anything now, nothing will happen. Kind of as this like excuse for like why they shouldn't do anything now. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where they'll be like, this is an issue and there are interesting nuances here, but the reality is we can do nothing. And then like people are like, indeed, we can do nothing.
Yeah.
And like I feel like there's a lot of ways in which that sort of conservative, slow development has been great for Bitcoin. Like, I don't want to knock that.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to do something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think we're
sometimes
in one of those.
Sometimes the devs have to do something.
Sometimes the devs must
They really
do something.
do. Yeah.
So I do think it's one of those situations where this has been reality for a while. It's gone unacknowledged and it's now being acknowledged. And I think it's time. I do have like a bit of ambient disappointment in Bitcoiners in general. And by Bitcoiners, I mean dev types on Twitter, which is just, I think that this is such an easy target for, the filter boys are such easy targets for everyone else that like, it's almost like a self-congratulatory pat on the back to just like spend your time dunking on them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like you haven't really said that much about it. And I think that's good because it's like, just like stop giving them the time.
It's something that I've noticed that everybody, when they're reacting to the other side, they react to the stupidest version of the other side. And the filter boys really are, I mean, they're morons. Like they're not worth talking to or even about.
I know. But it's like, it makes people feel important, self-righteous, and justified to be like, meh.
Yeah.
Like, look at me. I totally pwned Luke Jr. It's like, bro, don't pwn Luke Jr. He's neurodivergent.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. He's a Catholic neurodivergent. You know?
Yeah, like we don't need to be pwning him. Like,
he's a Sedevacantastus.
Sedevacanthus.
No, I'm trying to throw autism in there.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There's nothing.
There's nothing there. So, let's move on.
Type in the comments.
How would you spell that in the comments? Maybe link to a voice note, like and subscribe. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's just everyone just needs to. I'm happy that Core is doing something.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
really how I feel. It's like just try to do stuff, guys. Like don't do all this like arguing on Twitter all the time. Stop derailing your own attention and other people's attention with stupid debates that have already been resolved. That it doesn't fucking matter what the moral aspect is. It literally doesn't matter at all. If it's actually a fucking technical debate, then it's already over.
Yep.
But it's not. It's like it's a like putting nerds' heads in toilets and like giving them a swirly or whatever. What is it called?
Yeah, that is a swirly. That's right. Yeah.
Okay,
the swirly, then you give them the wet willy, you know?
Yeah, it's that. Yeah. That's what it's like the Bitcoin
well,
season
wet
2
willy,
people.
that's quite a double entendre, you know?
How?
I mean, a willy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross stuff. Is
It's
what
gross
I'm saying.
in many
it's
ways.
Gross.
Yeah.
Like, just do something positive.
Do something positive. Add. I mean, like, I'm mad. Not mad. I love the Bitcoin Core developers, but like for example, I've been like banging this drum that like the Bitcoin Core, it should be easier to write API bindings to Bitcoin Core. I think I've talked about this like with you that like we are heavy consumers of the Bitcoin Core API. And it's fucking horrible. And it's such a huge API service that it's like impossible to write bindings in other languages. And I've been banging this drum like forever. And Bitcoin Core developers are like they don't care enough about this. They don't see it as a big problem. Yet at the same time, they will, out of the other corner of their mouth, they will say like, don't use an alternative implementation. Don't use like BTCD. Don't use a different implementation of Core. It's dangerous. You might fall out of consensus. Yet at the same time doing absolutely nothing to improve the cross-language API sort of story, right? Like, and I've had concrete proposals that I can't work on because I don't have enough time. And they're like, oh yeah, maybe, like, it just fucking sucks. It's just like part of the problem is they're not application developers, not even like Ordinals Inscriptions application developers. They're just not application developers in the sense of like, writing like Bitcoin wallets and like Bitcoin services, you know what I mean? So they don't care about that stuff, even though it's really important.
Yeah, I think it's I don't think that the political societal aspect of being a core developer or working on Bitcoin is going to get better. I suspect it will get worse. And so I think it's something that every person who deals with it needs to actually think about rather than default to what's easy, which is either being like cowardly, doing nothing, or dunking on the losers. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes the hard thing is to like get yourself out of it and be like, what is the bigger story that's happening here? And like, what part can I play in the solution that I want? You know? And I mean, whatever, I'm a podcaster. I'm not saying I am like a solutions, like whatever, like, but it's just, I don't know. I think I saw there was a panel about the Opportun stuff at BTC++ a couple days ago, and I was watching the panel, and it's like Luke Jr. and Matt Corallo and Shinobi and Jameson Lopp and a couple other people, and they're arguing about this. And I mean, maybe I'm just spoiled because I already have had these debates and discussions, but like, I have already had these debates and discussions 1,000 times over the last 2 years. Like, and that's no shade to like, I mean, it's good, honestly, that they brought those people together. The drama was hot. Like, I would have done the same thing. And it probably is a useful conversation for a lot of people in that audience to listen to. But to me, it's a little like shameful that that's the state of Bitcoin devs, that like they're still banging the same drum.
Bullshit.
And it's just like, we all know. And it's like, again, like, I don't mean this to like
don't be such a libertarian anarchist that it stops you from doing the right thing.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just people love to argue. Like, again, like I'm not like, this is totally not against like Lisa or anyone like on that panel or at that event. Like, it's really not that. Like, as I said, I would have put that on as well. It's more just watching that panel. It was like a question would be asked and half the people were like giggling through it because they're like gleeful that they get the opportunity to like dunk on the other guy. And it's just like, what is this? Like, you guys are literally Udi in the Taproot Wizards hat coming and trolling. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Udi,
it's like
Udi Worthlessheimer. Can we make that one stick?
That's really good, actually.
Thank you. Yeah.
Why hasn't anyone done that? But you know, it is like, it's like they are no better than the people that they claim to be more serious than.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. They're not. I mean, they're like keyboard warriors. You know.
Yeah. And it's like, oh my God, I want to see my favorite Twitter personalities duke it out in person. And it's like, again, I get it from an event hosting perspective. I would have done the same thing, but it's just, I think the people involved should, I don't know, think about their methods and maybe maybe look at the way that you're allocating your time. You know what I mean?
Do a little bit of time budgeting.
Yeah.
Like track like how many hours a week do I spend on pointless engagements on Twitter. I mean, I do something that I think everybody should do. I have Twitter. I don't have Twitter on my phone, and on my desktop, I only log into it like max once a day to like check notifications, maybe throw out a shit post, and then I log out immediately. I don't even look at the replies until the day afterwards.
Yeah.
And that's the way to do it.
I log in, I post a provocative photo of like you, me, and Raph, some combination.
Yeah. yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I let the degens stew and speculate.
Yeah.
And then I say, buy a ticket to Inscribing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah, so I don't know. We did talk. If you want more thoughts on the op return stuff, like I think we talked about it more specifically, technically on the subspace. Yeah. So if you want that, subscribe. You can listen to all of those, whatever. But really, you know, we're just the people skills are so lacking, in my opinion. It's just really like, and they don't even realize that they're playing.
They don't even have person skills, let alone people skills. They need to work on their singular people skills before they develop their plural people skills.
It's true. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. You guys got to get more politically savvy. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse.
Do we want the degens to get... Not
the degens. I'm talking about the core, like the actual Bitcoiners.
More politically savvy, but not like lose sight of the fact that politics is fucking stupid and like... Yeah, it's rough.
Part of being politically savvy is realizing this is the objective I want. These are distractions or derailing things. And in order for me to achieve what I want, this is how I need to do it. And that is a combination of both like, you know, sitting down and working on it, but also like, what's the narrative? What's the way you'll engage with this on like a political, social level? That's my point.
Yeah, totally.
You don't have to become a politician. You don't have to be a fucking sociopath. Just notice what's going on that level.
I totally agree. And I think if core devs, like devs in general, think about what they want, there are things that they want that don't involve doing nothing. They want Lightning to be better. They want check sig from stack. They want BIP OpsCTV, you know, that has a lot of growing technical consensus. Like there's a whole bunch of shit that these people want. There's all these like fun things that you can add to Bitcoin that are good ideas and are relatively simple, right? So yeah, it's rough, man. Yeah.
I will say, go back and watch How Many Podcast 2025 astrology predictions. I'm literally like...
Oh, you're spot on?
I'm spot on, Casey.
Damn.
It's actually crazy.
Hell yeah. It's
actually crazy.
Listen, I mean, I'm bought into the Aaron is like a astro witch, you know? I'm totally in that. The fucking Cosmo witch, whatever. Like, let's fucking go.
I don't think enough people know.
Let's channel
like,
the
I really
fucking
am like...
pagan space spirits out of the fucking lunar resonance chamber. Like, they're fucking banging around in there. Like, a hell yeah. Like, banging around the resonance chamber in the moon is vibing with the resonance chamber in the hollow earth, you know?
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I have more. I don't want to derail with astrology stuff. It's just making me think. The resonance chamber of the hollow moon made me think about something. Yeah. But I just need to think about my thesis a little bit more. But I literally said March and April, we're
workshop
down.
That one a little bit.
I need to workshop that one and think about how I'm going to apply it to my theory of everything. But I literally said we're down March and April, but by May we're good. Like, okay, guys.
Damn. Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
Follow the stars.
Gotta be paying attention. I think we need to do more to put our old episodes out there.
We should just live stream them on X.
We could also, every time we do a non-episode, every time we do Wednesday live stream, for the non-subs, we could just link to an old episode on Twitter.
Yeah, we could.
We're doing the live stream. You guys can't get in unless you're subs, but here's a rerun.
I mean, we could literally do Monday reruns or something too.
Yeah, true.
Like every Monday. We just start at the beginning. We just rerun the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thoughts. Let us know what you want.
Yeah, like and subscribe, comment on. Yeah, they're great. I mean, people
I think
are
they're
still
funny because we don't really know each other. Like the first episode, like episode 0, which is not our first episode. It's like we posted it later because we were embarrassed by it. It's literally like we have no idea who the other person
Yeah, right.
is.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
It's really good explanation of the Bitcoin white paper. That's like evergreen. Really good Lightning Network. Craft Store Lightning Network, I think, still one of the best explanations of the Lightning Network in the entire world. Like
it is.
Michael's Craft Store, sponsored by Michael's Craft Store.
Thank you, Michael's.
Yeah. I think we're pretty
I know
much,
we're good. We should stop.
What are we
we'll see you guys
here?
in Vegas. What's
1
it say?
hour, 2 minutes.
Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see you guys in Vegas. Satscards coming at some point.
Coming soon.
But you'll see some of them
TM.
in Vegas. There will be some Satscards in Vegas floating around doing fun things. Megalith.art.
Megalith.art.
Throw your name in the hat to get the Casey inscription.
That's
it's
right.
The
Yeah.
rarest.
Throw your
it's
Bitcoin
the
in the hat.
It's the first Casey. It's like the most provenance.
That's right. Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So
the provenance is dripping out of
and we
every
don't
one of my pores.
We don't know when the rest will be sold.
We
So
don't.
it's like this is kind of it.
Only one on the market, Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's it.
10% off tickets. Hell money.
Hell money.
Inscribing.com/Vegas.
That's right.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.